We are the Shelf Indulgence. Today, we are going to tell you a story about one of the well-known myths of Bukidnon tribe. It is entitled, How the Moon and the Stars Came to Be, written by Mabel Cook Cole. How the Moon and the Stars Came to Be is a part of 1916 compilation called Philippine Folktales. It was written by Mabel Cook Cole and published by A.C. McClurg and Company. This literary piece is one of the well-known myths of Bukidnon tribe in Mindanao, narrating about how the skies were once near the land and the origin of the crescent-shaped moon and gleaming stars. How the Moon and the Stars Came to Be. One day, in the times when the sky was close to the ground, a spinster went out to pound rice. Before she began her work, she took off the beads from around her neck and the comb from her hair and hung them on the sky, which at that time looked like coral rock. Then she began working, and each time that she raised her pestle into the air, it struck the sky. For some time, she pounded the rice, and then she raised the pestle so high that it struck the sky very hard. Immediately, the sky began to rise, and it went up so far that she lost her ornaments. Never did they come down, for the comb became the moon, and the beads are the stars that are scattered about. The moon and the stars are pleasing in the eyes. The calmness it brings to people is unparalleled. Upon knowing the story of how the moon and the stars came to be, it surely triggered your creativity. With that, you are assigned to do a task, namely, the paint of night. Deriving from its title, you need to paint the sky with the stars and moon in it. After, give a quotation or saying you desire to be remembered by people. The moon and the stars are watching you. Break a leg. She hung the beads from around her neck and the comb from her hair on the sky, which at the moment seemed like coral rock before starting her job. What do comb and beads symbolizes in the myth? How did the moon and the stars came to be? Being inordinately proud of one's physical appearance, traits, or achievements does not always lead to good things. Having excessive pride towards yourself will make you arrogant and ignorant. It is important to always remain humble because it will help you build stronger and more peaceful relationships with other people. Good day, everyone! This is the Shelf Indulgence, bringing you the hottest and most interesting folklore you may ever hear in the Philippines. Lend me your ears as we dive into The Fall of Polobulac by Panay Tribe. The Fall of Polobulac, written by John Maurice Miller. Nearby Iloilo, there is a magnificent island known as Polobulac. People living there were the happiest. Being proud of their fortune, they started to insult and disrespect the people of the neighboring islands. One night, they received a warning from one of the 7 deadly sins, pouring rain on the land. The first warning from the deadly sin was from pride, who witnessed their proud attitude. They prayed for God's protection, but still continued their insolent ways. Every now and then, they get warning from the different deadly sins. The second came from covetousness, who warned them because they wanted to seize neighboring lands. The third warning came from evil desire, due to their desires going low. Fourth, anger appeared before them to deter their wrath. Then, the fifth deadly sin, gluttony, emerged with a message of caution from having feasts day and night. After that, envy warned them not to outshine one another. And lastly, sloth gave the final warning about their ignorance and negligence about their duties because of their massive wealth. And as the final warning came, the sun was nowhere to find in darkness. A tempest burst over the island. In a moment, the sky cleared. Polobulac became inexistent, and only 7 blackened rocks marked the place of the island, representing the 7 deadly sins.
The 7 deadly sins: pride, covetousness, evil desire, anger, gluttony, envy, and sloth are considered as vices or bad habits that are believed to prompt immorality. These scenes were portrayed in the animation of literary piece The Fall of Polobulac. It implies that people who do not change their bad ways and never acknowledge or reflect on their misdeeds will be punished by God. After watching the video, you are encouraged to do an activity that will show how much you have learned from the story and your ability to relate it to real-life situations. The activity is entitled Since You Begun, wherein you have to create a graphic organizer and choose at least 3 from the 7 deadly sins, then provide real-life examples on how to avoid them. Always be a good person and God will grant you a blessed life. People of Polobulac was given the chance to know happenings ahead of time. Why did they still do things that can be a point for them to suffer more? People residing in the beautiful island are too greedy and ignorant. Did the folklore, the fall of Polobulac, have connections with the current issues that author's country or place is facing? Polobulac is such a beautiful island. What does it represent? To live a good life, one must possess the virtues necessary in promoting happiness and well-being. Being a good person will let you appreciate the beauty of the world and the human nature. A world full of love, kindness, respect, and other values is a world with less wars and crises. Whenever we commit a sin, our relationship with God and the people around us can be severed. We may hurt the people we love, suffer internal conflicts, and even bring harm to ourselves.